Something is better than nothing. When it comes to exercise and healthy eating, there are many challenges and barriers that often get in our way of trying to stay consistent and achieving our goals. Now, you're not alone here. We've all experienced this at one point in time where, life and work and study it just gets in the way of what we're trying to achieve on our health and fitness journey. It's often how we respond to these challenges that can determine, those final results. So unfortunately, sometimes we have to take a bit of a back seat on our health and fitness journey, especially when we're flooded with work and stress and just life in general. And this can obviously have a big impact on the success of whether we achieve our goals or not. The barriers are many, but often come down to the same similar things. Things like work, study, family, travel, sport, and maybe other commitments. Really, these all lead to a lack of time or forces us to choose where we should spend our time. So this list is composed of some pretty high important items. There's a lot of things on that list that it should be prioritized throughout your life, and sometimes we have to make those tougher decisions, and a lot of those things will come before healthy eating and exercise, and for good reason. We can't always make time for healthy eating and exercise, but we should at least try to do our best and do something, even if this means it's not optimal, but it's at least something. Okay, breaking down those barriers. So if eating healthy and exercise actually does mean a lot to you, then there are ways in which you can find time and rejig your schedule to help break down some of those barriers. So the first one is time. How do we kind of give ourselves either more time or prioritize in a way that allows us to fit something in? And that's really what it comes down to, is writing out your full schedule, seeing what you've got, and looking for the gaps within that schedule. And if there is enough time somewhere and it's convenient enough for you, you might be able to squeeze something in. You should try and view healthy eating and exercise more as a continuum. So instead of thinking, my gym program takes me an hour and a half to complete and I don't have 90 minutes to work out today, I'm just going to do nothing. This is a bit of the all or nothing approach. Instead, maybe we can look at that workout and we can go, okay, I've got 30 minutes. In my 90-minute workout, what is actually of the most importance? What's going to give me my bang for my buck to help me achieve my goal? And I'm going to get as much done as I can within 30 minutes. And this might mean coming into the gym, setting a time on your watch, setting a clock for 30 minutes, and just going. And you might just start with the first thing in your workout and just see how far you can get in 30 minutes. Or you might go, okay, I'm going to do this exercise, and this exercise. And then once I've done them, I'm out. That is definitely better than nothing. And if you have to do that for a period of time, it doesn't matter. Still over that period of time, if you were to compare yourself doing nothing versus just doing that modified shortened program, the results are either going to be significantly better, or at very least, you would have gotten no worse. Family is another big barrier, and really should be probably one of the number one priorities in your life. We completely understand this, and we encourage everyone to put their family first. You should never feel guilty for putting your family over the gym, and sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes you just have to put your family over the gym, and that's completely fine. Something that may help though is trying to get your family involved in the gym, so it can be also a part of your family time. Or even just spending that time away from your family can, help you thirst for more family time. So sometimes it can be a positive. It allows you to get away to then come back and want more. Study, whether this is at uni, school, or maybe even TAFE, can be very time consuming. And maybe it's a high priority at times, maybe sometimes it's not a high priority, but it can still get in the way either way. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. You know, if you're coming up to really important tests or exams, you've got to do what you're going to do, which is to study and make sure that you pass. And that's definitely more important than the gym. But you can also use the gym as that short little break or that breather to create a bit of balance in your life, so you don't just feel like you're plunging away at trying to study. Sometimes you just need a bit of a break, and you can use that gym time to do so. If you don't have time to go to the gym, then maybe just a little home circuit, or maybe even just like a 10-minute run or a little walk, just walking around. Just general movement, just something might be better. You might be at uni or TAFE, and maybe that's the only opportunity you get. You just go and do a little body weight something somewhere. You walk around the campus 2 or 3 times. Something is definitely always better than nothing. Now, work is obviously a pretty high priority. It's how we earn money. It's how we make a living. It needs to be prioritised. And then, unfortunately, yes, it does get in the way, whether we like it or not. We need to do what we need to do in order to live and buy the things that we need to live. So one strategy to kind of work around your work or your schedule at work is to book yourself a meeting. So if you're often finding that, like, okay, I'm using a calendar to book in when I'm going to work, doing the same thing, like schedule yourself a 30-minute meeting. And that 30-minute meeting is your workout time. It's your time for you to get some exercise in. It could also mean maybe scheduling a little bit of time to do a little bit of food prep for your healthy eating, or it could be time to quickly go down to the shops and maybe get like a healthy salad roll or something like that. You should never feel guilty for not exercising or eating healthy, especially if you've had to prioritize some of the things that we've spoken about today, especially when they are more important to you. Although, if healthy eating and exercise does mean something to you and it is important to you, you should try and find the time to do those things. It's likely that if you do get the time to eat healthy and exercise, then everything else actually gets better. You know, you can concentrate better at work. You can study for harder and maybe even longer. You're spending more quality time with your family. It doesn't always have to be optimal. Many small things done over a long period of time can lead to big, significant changes. You just have to stay the course and be patient.